Alright, now we're ready to move into case lube, which is very important. You don't want your cases to get stuck inside your dies. So there's a couple of different variations. You can use these pads with this oil, which really is good for some people. I wouldn't see anything really bad about it, but there are some pros and cons to it. One of the cons that I've ran into is this, where you get the lubricant dimpling. It's very common to get these if you over lube it, or if you have, say, dry media or some kind of dirt particle. They get stuck between the case and the die. So at that point, it leaves that dimple from there. But one thing that I did find that really is beneficial, and it's really kind of an easy way to do this. Just go to the kitchen section or the cooking section at the grocery, get one of these pans, just a cheap little aluminum pan. Get your cases in there, go ahead and get it sorted out a little. Now you don't want to get it full completely because you want to be able to sift them around. And the next one that I use is the Hornady One Shot, and really a little bit will do you. It doesn't take that much. And then go ahead and give it a little bit to dry, and it doesn't take that long for it to dry either. And it works pretty good. I've been very happy with the results of it. One thing that I do recommend though is make sure you do it in a well ventilated room. If you get a vent or exhaust fan in a room, that would be beneficial. But don't do it somewhere where it's totally closed in. It's pretty nasty stuff. And be sure to read the warning label on it too. It's got some pretty nasty stuff in there. So that's it. That's pretty much all I use for the case lubrication. Now we'll go ahead and move into doing the neck resizing. Now that we've got our cases cleaned, we've got them deep primed, and we've got them lubed. Now we'll go ahead and get it resized. Now with this die, you can actually do decapping and resizing all at once. I just decided to do mine a little bit differently, but you got to figure out what works better for you sometimes, and that's what works better for mine. So with this, you want to go ahead and get your ram all the way to the top. Go ahead and screw in your die until it touches the shell holder of the ram. And go ahead and get this hand tight. And take your case, put it in the shell holder. Now this would deprime it and do the resizing all in one step, but I kind of added an extra step in my process. For me, it just gets the breast a little bit cleaner. There we go. We've got these resized, ready to go for the next step. So I'll go ahead and put them in the tray, and we'll come back to the next step.